Hello friends, I am Sakshi and today we are exploring Inverness, the Highland capital of Scotland. No trip to Scotland is complete without visiting this beautiful city that sits on the bank of River Ness. We started our trip to Inverness from Aberdeen at 7 am. There are two routes that you can take from Aberdeen to Inverness. One is the Highland route and the other is A96 highway. We took the Highland route and I personally recommend that you take this route to get the experience of the true beauty of Scotland. If you're coming from Glasgow or Edinburgh, then you can take A9 to reach Inverness by road. It only takes 3.5 hours by road. Driving around Scotland is probably the best way to explore and take in all the magical scenery. However, if you're not comfortable driving, you can take a bus or train to reach Inverness. If you're visiting Inverness for the first time, don't forget to check out Inverness Castle, which is the most prominent structure in the entire city. Currently, we are standing at the viewpoint of Inverness Castle, which offers the panoramic view of this beautiful city. From the Inverness Castle, we headed straight to the High Street to visit the Town House. It's a Victorian Gothic style building that is truly artistic. After visiting Town House, we took a short stroll along the River Ness to reach the Inverness Cathedral. The entry to the cathedral is free for visitors on all 7 days of the week. Designed by local architect Alexander Ross, this cathedral is a wonderful example of Gothic style. Also, I was surprised to learn that this cathedral is the northernmost cathedral in the mainland Britain. After exploring Inverness city, we headed towards Clansmen Harbour, which is located on north shore of Loch Ness and is a starting point for our Jacobite cruise. A trip to Inverness would not be complete without a visit to Loch Ness. It is probably the most famous lakes in Scotland, thanks to the monster Nessie. According to the folklore, a large monster lives beneath the deep expanses of Loch Ness River and occasionally raises her head above the water for a picture. A lot of people in the city claim to have actually seen this monster. But monster or no monster, I am dying to soak in this beautiful scenery of the dramatic Highlands. So we are taking a cruise. Today we are taking the Loch Ness and Orchid Castle tour from Clansmen Harbour. People who come for the first time, please ensure that you're boarding from the right harbour. It depends on the season and where the cruise starts. There are two types of tour that start from Clansmen Harbour. Tour Inspiration and Tour Freedom. Tour Inspiration just takes you around the Loch Ness River and just gets you to show the view of the Highlands, and the Tour Freedom also takes you to the Orchid Castle along with the cruise of the Loch Ness River. When on the Loch Ness cruise, don't forget to try the Highland Hot Chocolate. This also has the famous Scottish whiskey in it. After voyaging for half an hour on the waters of Loch Ness River, we are hopping ashore for a 1 hour visit to Orchid Castle. We are at Orchid Castle. Orchid Castle is the third most visited castle in Scotland after Edinburgh and Stirling Castle. Legend has it that the castle has two chambers. One is filled with gold and the other with plague. Nobody has dared to discover the treasure in the fear of uncovering the wrong chamber. On our way back from Orchid Castle, we heard interesting stories from our onboard sailor who was convinced that the Nessie exists and we should look out for it. After the cruise, we headed straight towards Culloden Battlefield. I'm at Culloden Battlefield, the site of the last Jacobite rising, the last and the most harrowing battle fought on the British soil. Though the battle only lasted for an hour, but it killed almost 1,500 men, out of which 1,000 were Jacobites. As we amble onwards, we crossed the Clava Bridge and got our first view of the beautiful Culloden Viaduct. From here, we headed to our last stop of the day. We are at Cava Cairns, These Bronze Age burial cairns are the most well-preserved prehistoric sites that date back to 4,000 years. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that Outlander Craig Nathun was inspired by this? After a very fulfilling day of journey, we then headed back to Aberdeen just as it was starting to get dark. For our return journey, we took A96 as it was getting dark and it is much easier and safer to drive on the highway than through the Highlands. If you enjoyed my journey of Inverness and Loch Ness, please like the video and leave your comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and join me on my journey through the beautiful places around the world.